look, Caitlin Clark, I didn't watch the game last night. You know, the WNBA is back. I think it was brilliant. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you like I invented women's basketball, but I know I love the game, and I love watching Caitlin Clark, Lord of the Threes, the return of the queen. I love it. The fact that she is back on my television set is awesome, right? She's got a brand new coach in Indiana. She's got DeWanna Bonner now playing with her, so the team is going to be better. They played in Iowa City yesterday. I've gotten a call game in Iowa. I've gotten to stand where that logo 3 is that she shot, which, by the way, see, you might as well be at half court. She hit a 3 from there. From when you say logo 3, Caitlin Clark in Iowa City, that's like her logo. 36 feet from the basket. They destroyed Brazil in an exhibition. Chicago played a game in Baton Rouge. Brilliant. Haley Van Laith, being able to go. Is it Van Lith or Van Laith? Haley Van Lith going home. Obviously, Kim Mulkey was there. Just a huge deal for everybody around LSU. But Caitlin Clark, when you go back to what she brings this game, I have got to say, I'm like, oh my God, Caitlin Clark's back? Like, that was my thought last night. And I can't wait. And by the way, you don't need to get WNBA, League Pass or anything. If you're going to subscribe, please, go ahead and subscribe. They have 35 games on national TV this year. The Indiana Fever do. That is, for me, it's almost appointment television. And last night, not only is Caitlin Clark an amazing player and somebody off the court who young women can admire, and is just so fun to follow. It seems like she just really gets the whole deal, which is a real gift when you have a superstar who just gets it. Because sometimes guys and girls just don't get it. She gets it, but she also understands the theater of it. To be playing a game in Iowa City, to have just enough ego to say, I'm going to pull up from the logo and knock down a 3, right? Just enough. You got to have ego if you're going to be a competitor of her magnitude. But to do that, it's like, wow, that is amazing. And by the way, I forgot to mention Angel Reese was part of that night in Chicago or in Baton Rouge, right? Playing with Haley Van Lith. Those two play together. So that's awesome. So, of course, you have Angel Reese back in the mix. Her team is getting better. I'm super excited for women's basketball. I'm telling you, and the excitement around Caitlin Clark, I can truly say I am more excited to watch Caitlin Clark play this season in the women's basketball game than I am for any NBA player over the course of the rest of the playoffs. That's the God's honest truth. And I am a huge basketball fan. There's something about Caitlin Clark that I just can't take my eyes off of. And I don't know if it's her confidence. It's part Pistol Pete. It's part Larry Bird. It's part when I'm over half court, I'm in range, right? It's part Steph Curry, like we were talking about. The confidence is second to none. And watching Caitlin Clark play basketball, I find myself spellbound. And I'll compare it to the men's game. And again, I'm not saying if Jalen Brunson and Caitlin Clark played one-on-one, that Caitlin Clark would win every time. But I will say it's way more fun. It's hella more fun to watch Caitlin Clark play basketball than it is to watch Jalen Brunson. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell the Knicks think they're going to beat the Celtics. Because watching them play against Detroit, the Knicks have a lot of really good players, but the Jalen Brunson clear it out at the end of the game. And look, I'm a Villanova guy. Jalen Brunson's Jay Wright's favorite player of all time. That's what he goes on record pretty much saying. Jalen Brunson is a bad dude on the court and a great guy off of it. But I'm not that excited about watching Jalen Brunson play basketball. I'm just not. The Knicks as a team is exciting. The Celtics as a team are exciting. But Caitlin Clark gets me more excited to watch the sport of basketball than any guy in the NBA right now. That's just how I feel about it. And I'm going to bang that drum. I don't want to bang any drum. Who am I to bang a drum? But that is a genuine, authentic feeling that I have. And when I saw her on my television screen last night and I saw the highlights come on, I was like, God damn, Caitlin Clark's back. That is awesome. I didn't feel like that at any point this year about the NBA. Maybe Ant Edwards a little bit. Okay, and I think the Luka thing, from a Real Housewives perspective, was a lot of fun to talk about after he got traded. And when you go to see Luka, and maybe also I am spoiled by watching so much NBA basketball that I don't necessarily get lathered up and as excited as I used to watch some of these stars play. And it's not an indictment on LeBron James because he's 40 years old and he still does have that LeBron aura. And it's not an indictment on Luka because of how easy he makes the game look, or Ant Edwards because of how explosive he is. Look, that's just how I feel. Scotty, is that a point that you would refute, or is that a point you respect, or is that a point that you understand and agree with?
Completely understand and agree with it, and I would take it a step further. If the WNBA capitalizes on what she is, it could be the best thing ever for the league.
Yeah.
I don't think they did that last year, by the way.
Really?
No. I think there was so much weird BS about, well, look at all the other great players. And it's like, nobody's bashing any other great players.
Yeah.
But she is a once-in-a-generation superstar.
Yeah.
Off the court, as you said,
Yeah.
On the court, certainly. And you just need to own it. You need to own it and elevate her as that.
Yeah.
I like you, I admire her as a person. I think she's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like when she went on SNL, I lost my mind. Like I think she's great. So I'm with you. I won't turn on the TV for much women's basketball.
Yeah.
But I will for Caitlin Clark.
And she is like a megawatt superstar. I did an NIT game last year at Iowa, and it was actually on, like, it's rare, but it was on like big ESPN, 7 o'clock. It was one of those times when there was really nothing else on because the NCAA tournament hadn't started yet. And Caitlin Clark was in the stands. She was still at Iowa. She was getting ready to have Iowa women were going to play at home. Obviously, they were hosting. And it was funny. I had this big-time producer on the show with me, and he even thought, okay, we'll get Caitlin Clark. They were like, no, you're not talking to Caitlin Clark. And the reason was, it had nothing to do, she wasn't like, hey, they were like, she would love to sit down with you and talk to you, but tonight is about the Iowa men's basketball team. And she does not want in any way to take from that and that celebration. And that's kind of who we're talking about. And I would encourage someone like, if you're a fan of like Angel Reese, like, I hope Angel Reese kicks ass this year. I think there would be nothing cooler than like that Bird Magic rivalry to continue to grow between Reese and Clark, but in a healthy celebratory way that we're talking about this morning. Not like, the negative this and that. Let's celebrate them all, but let's also acknowledge that there's a reason that Caitlin Clark is going to be on national TV 35 times this year, and there's also a reason why I'm going to be sitting on the edge of my seat for 30 of them, hopefully, if I can make that happen.